Hey, my name is Mark Morrow. I'm with McMinnville Police Department, and what we're doing is car seat checks. So we collectively work multi-agencies to work on this. McMinnville Police Department, Warren County Sheriff's Department, Tennessee Highway Patrol, and McMinnville Fire Department all work together collectively to try to help people that need their car seats checked. So when you're dealing with car seats, if in doubt, get it checked out, right? So come by, we have special events, we'll have it posted on Facebook.
Welcome to another edition of Community Insider. Join us as we travel Middle Tennessee, uncovering history and experiencing the adventure of unique stories and events coming to you inside your community.
So what we do is we look at car seats. We'll look at the child that's in the car seat and also the car seat itself to see if everything is correct with it. A lot of people don't understand it's kind of like milk. You know, your milk expires, right? So inside a vehicle, your car seat is in there every day, in the heat, in the cold, and it's made of plastic, so it gets brittle after a while. So the recommendation is every 10 years to get yourself a new car seat. So right now we've got Tennessee Highway Patrol, McMinnville Police Department, and McMinnville Fire Department looking at this vehicle. And so they have a form that they have to fill out, and Toby's working on that form right over there. And what they do is they get all the information of the vehicle, the year, make, model of it, and then they see where the car seat is put in there, and the first thing they do is see if the child is in the car seat correctly. And if not, they make little notes of that. And then they look at the car seat itself. So the trooper here, he's inspecting the car seat and he's looking at all the webbing of it to make sure it's been put in there correctly. And he'll be looking for the expiration date on it, the model number and the serial number, and he's gonna be checking to see if there's any recalls. There are recalls, just like on a car. And a lot of people don't understand that. If they don't register their car seat with the manufacturer, there's a registration form that comes with it. And if you don't register it online or do it by mail, you'll never get a notification that your booster seat or car seat has a manufacturer defect. So he's going to check that over.
Mark, this is an extensive training process for the ones that are certified to do this, right?
It is.
Let's talk about that.
Okay, it's about a 3-day class that the officers and fire department personnel, everybody that has to go through to be a technician. And so they talk about the car seats, they talk about how the airbags work, how the seat belts work, how to look up manufacturer recommendations for what car seats to use and how to use it in a vehicle. Because one child in a car seat, you know, in the car itself, it's not a problem. But when you have 2 car seats in a car, then you have to figure out where to place them and what best works for the caregiver. And so it's about a 3-day class, and you have to take tests on it, and you have to maintain that certification. So one of the certification requirements is that you do online or physical training. They're called CEUs, and we have to have 6 of those every 2 years. And your certification only lasts for 2 years, and then you got to get it renewed. And then you also have to do car seat checks. If you don't do enough car seat checks, you won't keep certified. So with that, and you also have to pay to get recertified, and most agencies will do that for the officer.
A note, speaking of little things that's given away, talk about what the kids get if they can.
Sure. Well, you know, somebody having come through a car check to get it checked out their car seats, it takes about 15 minutes. And so McMinnville Fire Department, they have all these goodies. They've got fire hats, they've got frisbees, they got little gift bags with tape measures and all sorts of neat little devices to give to the kids. And luckily, right now we've got Hardee's coupons for free sandwiches or biscuits. And then Peg Broadcasting gave us some coupons for some water parks. And so that's the things we give them. And you know, we got our police cars here where the kids, if they want to take a look at the cars, we'll let them look in them. And the fire trucks are here, so we'll let them look at the fire trucks as well. And it's the only time you'll actually get to come up to an officer or to a fireman or a THP trooper and get to actually talk to them outside of a crash, outside of a traffic stop, outside of a DUI arrest or a drug arrest or a domestic assault case, something like that, where we have to be interacting with these kids. This is where we can do it at our leisure.
So what are we looking at here?
All right. So right now they're checking for recalls.
Probably going to give her another. Her seat's expired.
Okay. So this lady's seat's expired, so it's no good. You know, it's just like milk. Just dump it out, and we've got new seats to give them.
Wow.
But of course, they have to qualify. You know, we're not going to just, if somebody comes through our checkpoint and they don't have a child in the car and they've just got a seat and they say it's expired and it's expired, we're going to have to see that child because sadly, you know, our economy is kind of, you know, at a slope right now, and so people are trying to take advantage of free things. But that's the only requirement, is that they have the child with, and they can't sell that car seat at any time, and they can't give it to anybody. So once they're done with it, they just got to discard it. But like I said, this takes about 15 minutes to do. And the first thing they're doing is checking to see if it's expired. If it's not, then they go through the recall process to see if it's recalled or not.
Mark, in a situation where a lot of people may be afraid because the cops are getting into your vehicle, stuff like that, what would you tell folks about this process?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. We are trying to do everything we can for this community in getting car seats correct. Because like I said, you know, if you're doubting your car seat, if it's right or if the child's properly restrained in there, get it checked out. We are not doing enforcement. Somebody comes through here, we're not checking their driver's license, we're not checking for warrants. If we're in their vehicle and we're looking at the car seat stuff. Now, if you come in there and you've got drugs, you know, and a police officer is there, we're gonna have to take action. But, you know, hopefully we're not gonna have that happen. But we are not doing enforcement. We are strictly just trying to help with the car seat stuff. So even if a child comes through our car seat inspection and they're not properly restrained, we're not going to give them a ticket because we know that when they leave, they're going to be properly restrained. And it's going to be a clear conscience for the caregiver that everything's right with their car, you know. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question because we get that so many times that people drive by looking and you can tell they're thinking about checking it out and then they don't because they see the police cars, but we're not doing anything but car seat checks.
Speaking of the new car seats, I noticed he just got one there.
Yeah.
How's those made available and how can people help?
Okay, well, we're not asking for donations. We get it from the state, the car seat stuff. You know, if you're a business and you say, hey, I've got something that might be able to be used for kids at car seat checks, by all means, contact me. But look at this. I mean, they're getting a brand new car seat. You know, you're talking about $75 to $150 car seat. And they're getting it brand new. And it's not costing them anything. And I wish we could see the old one. Where's the old one at? Yeah, bring that over. We have seen some crazy thing with car seats, how they install them. And a lot of times, you know, when a child is being, you know, when the car seat is being checked and getting installed, they've got that child right there at their knees. You know, it's usually hot out, it's raining, it's cold. So look at this car seat. This is what they had. So the kid's in this car seat.
Now this was, y'all actually have the process to know if they've been expired or not.
Right, yep. Yeah. And it's not hard, you know, caregivers can check themselves. It's usually right on the back. Where's it at? Every one of them is a little bit different, but usually, yeah, so right here you've got a tag, and if it's expired, it'll show you the date. It expired in February 2021.
Wow,
So,
just expired then.
Right. Well, it's been expired for 6 months. So, yeah. So, well, yeah, almost 6 months. But yeah, but now what the great thing is the technicians that we have, they're gonna check the car seat, they're gonna get it set up for the child, and then the last person that touches everything is gonna be the caregiver, and they're gonna actually give them a little instructions on what to do, because not everybody has just one car. And so if you have to transfer it over to another car, we're gonna show you some hints, suggestions that can help you so that you can switch over to somebody else. And like I said, you know, it's taking us more time to do these car seats because we're trying to make sure it's right. But when they leave here, it's right. So you have a clear conscience when you drive away that if you're involved in a crash, this child that's been seatbelted by us and the car seat's been checked by us, they're going to probably not have any injuries. Now, of course, depending on what kind of a crash they have, there could be injuries, but hopefully they won't be severe injuries. And it's not because of the car seat or how it's been installed.
Hey everybody, my name is Benjamin Gretzinger here at Martin Chapel, and we're really here for the kids today. We're having child safety checkpoint, and we're getting some fingerprints on the kids. We've got cotton candy, we've got snow cones, and we're really just trying to help the kids be aware of all the safety. We want to get them to know and to not be scared of all of our police forces. We have the sheriff, we have the city, and we have the state troopers here. We've got the fire department here, and we're just really trying to have a good time and help the kids be aware of how great this county is, this city is, and the people that help take care of it.
Hi, I'm Carol Ann Richardson, and I attend Martin Chapel Fellowship, and it's right by the water tower, and it's across the street from the fire station. You can't miss us. We're where the farmers market is, and today we've got a safety day. And I just want to thank everybody that's participating in this, besides the congregation. But there's the fire department, there's the police department, there's the sheriff's department, they've got a K-9, they're doing fingerprints for the children, there's cotton candy, there's snow cones, and it's sunshine, and everybody's just having a good time. So we'd like to invite you to come along, and we'd like to invite you to our church if you ever feel. Sunday service is at 10:30. And that's 110 Market Street, McMinnville, Tennessee.
So one interesting thing about the car seats, and people just kind of forget about it, but when you're driving and you abruptly slam on the brakes or come to a stop, your seatbelt locks up, right? And then you have to loosen it up in order for you to be able to function. It's the same thing with the car seats. So if you come to an abrupt stop, or if you're involved in a crash, this seatbelt will lock up, and then if you move it around a little bit, it'll loosen up again. And this type of a car seat, you have to make sure this is locked up. So every time you get in the vehicle, you know, and you get your child in a car seat, you want to make sure that it's secured. You know, you never know. One of your other kids might be monkeying around with that car seat, and they might unseatbelt it. And if you're not checking that stuff over every day, you might miss something that's really, really bad for you and your family.
How can people find out more information if they're seeing this? They want to find out more information about car seats and car seat safety. Locally, how do they find out?
Just come by McMinnville Fire Department, come by McMinnville Police Department or Warren County Sheriff's Department. You can call and leave a message. Just say that you want to talk to a car seat technician like Toby here or Mr. Cannon, and the appropriate agency will leave a message for them and they'll call you back. We also have brochures as well. And so, yeah, I think it's kind of like a light bulb, right? How many people does it take to change a light bulb? One, unless you have questions. And so with our car seat installation, that's a great thing about having multi-agencies working together. We will never just check it by ourselves if we have somebody else available. So right now we've got the THP officer, he's checking the car seat, and then the McMinnville Police Department officer is double checking everything to make sure it's correct. And then if we have a proctor like myself, then we'll just sign off on the officers as well, and that way they can maintain their certification.
Hi, I'm Rachel Tucker, and I just want to, this is Elena, and this is Catherine. I just want to say thank you to the police department for the new car seat I got.